Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the January 2022 Business Goals Masterclass. I'm happy that you're here. I'm happy that you're watching the replay if you're catching that. I am Monica McCarter. I'm the Purple Box organizer. I'm a home coach, a professional organizer, and a certified life coach. I help you create business, personal, and household goals to declutter your home, schedule, and your mind. Now, before we start, I want to call your attention to your email. If you've been on my email list, you got an email last week about the 2022 January goal setting workshop that I did last week, masterclass. And that should be, the recording should be in your email. So make sure you check that. It was great. I feel like it was packed full of great tips and tricks for setting goals the right way, how to set yourself up for success when you're trying to accomplish those goals as well. So after this, make sure you check your email and then watch that replay. Be sure to check any spam too. It comes from MailChimp, and sometimes that goes right into like junk or spam. So check that, but it should be from either, it'll say Monica McCarter or from Purple Box Organizer. That's who it's from. So that's what to look for. All right. And if you are new here, go ahead and reach out to me and I can send you that recording so that you have that. I know I added a few new people last night, so you wouldn't have had that replay yet in your inbox. All right, so we're going to talk about goals in our business. No matter what your business is, this is really important to think about so that you know what to focus on and kind of where your direction should be going, where you should be headed, okay? And whatever that goal is, whatever that focus is, you're going to do all the things that lead to that, or do things that lead to that. Okay. You don't have to do all the things. That sounds too overwhelming. Okay. For an example, do you want to make $60,000 this year in your business? If you broke that down, that means you need to make an average of $5,000 per month, right? You might want to go and be continually making offers so that people know exactly how to work with you. You want to be sure that your prices match what you want to make, right? If you have super low prices, but you want to make a good amount of money, you're going to have to work way more hours. So you want to kind of find the balance in what you feel like you want to make per hour so that you can reach that money goal if that is your goal this year, okay? Do you want to earn more followers? Maybe you're concentrating a lot on social media and you want to try to get a little bit more of a following, okay? Set a specific number so that you're not just trying to get more followers, right? We want to reach, like, let's say I want to get 3,000 followers this year. I still don't have a lot of followers. And that would be like a huge goal for me to try to get to 3,000. So I would have to try to break that down again. How can I get such and such amount of followers every single month or every single week, if you want to break it down that way too? Okay, so you're going to want to make posts, comment on other posts with really genuine and helpful comments. You want to be a part of groups that relate to your niche, and then also groups that have your potential clients in them. You'll want to comment and participate in those groups so that you are seen as a leader and someone who has a lot of know-how, right? Some experience in your field. You're going to post content that makes people want to follow you, right? If you're constantly posting funny memes, then somebody's going to be following you maybe for the funny content. And then you throw in your regular organizing or your photography or whatever that you do, and they're going to be like, huh? I was following her for the one thing. So you want to just be real specific with just the specific things that you post so that when people follow you, they know exactly what to expect, okay? As another example, do you want to service X number of clients this year? Okay, and then again, split it up into an exact number, and then how many per month and how many per week that you would have to service. And then also factor in maybe weeks that you might have vacations. Around the holidays, it might be more. Around the holidays, it might be less if you want to take some time off for your family, okay? But don't be afraid to reach out to those that you already, or those that already follow you. Those who've shown interest, maybe they've asked questions before, maybe they said, I'll think about it, and they're on the fence, or previous clients that you've already serviced. So see if you can service them again. And this could work whether you are doing things in home or you're doing things virtually for them, okay? I found a quote on Instagram, and it was by Shop Sunday. And it said, to show up imperfectly but open to change is better than not showing up at all. And that kind of segues into what we're going to talk about next. Always be posting about what you're doing in your business. Put it on your business page and share it to your profile, because then when people click on it, it sends them to your business page. That is a great way to just get more interest, to show people exactly what you're working on. It shows people how you're helping people. It just helps you get a little bit more of a following. And then, not that it matters how many followers you have, but as a statistic, if you have more followers, then generally you'll have a few more people that would be interested in hiring you for your services, okay? Then you want to definitely give a call to action. Sometimes it's called a CTA. That's a call to action. So you're telling your audience exactly what you would like them to do. Okay. I have a great recording on social media tips. If you'd like that, after this, reach out to me and I can send that directly to your inbox. But it helps you kind of break down, make a plan so that you can approach social media in a way that doesn't feel quite so dramatic and overwhelming. Okay. But post about what you're currently doing for any client that you're working with. Okay. It doesn't have to be, showing their personal things, where like we don't want addresses or phone numbers or names or anything like that, but just posting what you're working on. Maybe you're working in their pantry. Maybe you're working in their master closet. Maybe you're working in their little girl's bedroom. Just showing them exactly what you're doing, how you're helping those clients. You could also show something that you're doing in your own home. Today, I'm working on my pantry. Just did mine recently. It was really bad. Okay, show them what you do in a day. Whatever you can do to help your audience see that you are a human, just like them. You deal with day-to-day stuff, many of the same tasks that they deal with. Just because we're professional organizers doesn't mean we're completely organized all of the time. We still have maintenance to do. Maybe we have a passion for this and we're good at it, but we're still working on our own home because we just moved in 2 years ago, and that takes time, okay? But this shows them and gives them evidence and confidence that you can help them, okay? I want you to be clear on your long and short-term goals, right? If you have a long-term goal of, I want to be a millionaire by the time I'm 10 years into my business or whatever, that's probably not a short-term goal, but a short-term goal could be maybe the money one for this year. I want to make this much money this year, okay? And that being clear on those two, it can really, really help you when you're feeling overwhelmed or feeling like nothing is working, okay? And we've all felt like that before, I'm sure, in different times of our business. Clear goals can help you stay focused on individual steps that you need to take, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about business blocks, because I know these come up so much more often than anything else. If we're dealing with a client, we're dealing with a space, we're dealing with whatever we are in our business, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but you can work through it. You can decide A or B. That didn't work. Okay, now I'm going to shift over this and try this. You can try a couple different options, but usually what's stopping us from making any progress is things all up here, okay? Here is another quote for you. It says, don't stare too long at your fear that you lose sight of your vision. And that's by Jon Acuff. He is an author, he's a public speaker, and he's also a podcaster. I invite you to check out his podcast. It's called All It Takes Is a Goal. Terrific podcast. I touched on his first episode of that through in my masterclass that I gave last week about goals. So good. I cannot recommend it enough. I own 3 of his books now. All right. Sometimes you get to the point where you think, what am I even doing? Right? You're just in overwhelm, you're in over your head, or you feel like you're in over your head. What am I even doing? Okay. This is a statement that evokes the wrong kind of feelings. We don't really want to go there. Okay. But I want you to try to answer the questions instead of just letting them float around. Okay, so I have a couple of them here, and this is a doing masterclass. So write these down. We're going to answer these questions and see where they lead. Okay, I want you to write this down. Why did I start my business? Can you remember where you were, what you were doing, what you read, what video you saw, who might have been in your home or in some kind of group that you saw somebody organizing or taking pictures or making web design that you thought, oh my goodness, I have to do that. I really, really want to do that. Think about when that was and why you wanted to start your business. And then second, what are my strengths? Now I have a quote here from a good friend of most of us here, probably, Haley Rogers. She's on the Professional Organizers Think Tank page a lot. She used to be a professional organizer, but now she helps women in their businesses. And she said this: make a list of all the reasons why you're qualified to serve your ideal client in a massive way. And she says that with confidence, and I love that. So this is part of your homework. You are to include life experiences, strengths, and corporate experiences. Everything is transferable. And if you're not friends with Haley Rogers, check her out. She's on Instagram, she's on Facebook. She is a sweetheart, and she has a lot of great business tips and ideas. Okay, next question is, what are 3 wins from last year? They could be big, they could be small. We're just talking wins. This is a good, I'm getting some lotion here, a good exercise for you to think about what wins actually are to you and to try to recognize them and realize them. To realize that you do have success. Maybe you haven't accomplished this one thing that's hanging over your head, but you've had all these other successes, all these other things that you've learned along the way. Okay, what are some specifics that you have to offer? Let's say you're a professional organizer. Maybe you're really good at papers. Maybe you're really good at setting up home systems. Maybe you're really good at helping people organize their pantries because you can spot expiration dates like a boss. Write down some very, very specific things of how you are able to help your clients. I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm good at this. Okay, next question. What do you envision your business to be like this year? Maybe you've already thought about this and you can just reflect. Check your notes if you've already written something down, maybe in a journal. But I want you, if you haven't yet, to envision what your business is going to be like this year. How do you want it to be? Okay, and then this one is more for you to journal, okay? What is it like in the future? This is a great journaling practice, okay? What are you wearing? In the future, you're in your business, you're helping a client, you're giving a masterclass, whatever you're doing. What are you wearing? What does your hair look like? Is it in a messy bun and you're just good to go? You're ready to work. It's out of your way. Is it done? You just came from the salon. How does it look? It's your favorite tint or color. It's your favorite length. How much money is in your bank account in the future, and your business is booming exactly how you want it to be? How much money is in your bank account? And then what are you doing with that money? Are you saving it? Is this your retirement? Are you able to donate to charities of your choice? Are you setting money aside for your kids' college funds? What are you doing with that money in your future? And you have so much of it in your bank account, more than you ever dreamed. What are you doing with that money? And thinking about all of these things, that they're exactly how you want them to be and how you envision them to be in the future. How do you feel? I want you to tap into all of that. Once you've got it all written down, you can read it again. You can say it out loud. Tap into all of those feelings of how that makes you feel. Does it make you feel empowered? Does it make you feel accomplished? How does that make you feel? And write that down. Okay, let's skip back to, rewind, to the current. What do you want to think about you? okay, about how you're showing up in life, about how you're showing up in your business, about how you're showing up on social media, about how you are as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman, how you treat your clients, potential clients. And then the next question is, what do you want to think about your business? Do we want to think about it as a drain? Do we want to think about it as thriving, as a way to help others and to service others, to bless other people's lives, and then in turn blesses yours and your families? Okay, those are the fun parts, right? And we said we were going to talk about mind blocks. So we got to get to that part. Can it feel scary? Yes. Many times it can feel scary. Okay, that's your brain's job. It's to make sure that you're safe from any danger, to make sure that you're seeking pleasure and fun and good things, and that it's conserving energy for you. Okay, so of course your brain's going to be like, oh, this might be too hard. Oh my goodness, this feels scary. Okay, especially at moments when you are finding that it's slow, there's not a lot of clients, or there's no money coming in. That can be very scary. Okay, but I would rather not sit in scary or anxious thoughts. They don't produce anything for me that I need. Thinking scary or anxious thoughts don't buy me groceries, and they don't put a roof over my head. Okay, so I'm going to try to work my way out of that. That doesn't mean we just automatically, let's just think positive about everything. No, sometimes we have to realize and sit with, like, what am I feeling? Okay, I'm feeling anxious. I'm having some anxiety right now because I have no clients. So what can I do about that? Okay, I want you to take a few minutes to write out your big fears. Whatever they all are. I don't care if it's a long list, if it's just a couple things, or one big fear, or one little fear. Okay, is it that you have no retirement fund? That can be scary. Is it that because you have a sole proprietorship, you don't work for a big corporation, you have no benefits? Sometimes that's scary. Okay, and after you write your fears or fear, what are you going to do about them? Now, this isn't coming from a, what are you going to do about it? Okay, this is, what will you do about it? Okay, I want you to make a plan that you like and that you're comfortable with. Okay, did you really want to start this business? And maybe it's not growing as fast as you need it to be able to pay your bills. I understand you need to pay the bills to keep the lights on, keep a roof over your head, and everyone has to eat. Okay, so maybe get a side job to help until you are able to make this as a permanent gig. Okay, nobody wants to be coming from a place of trying so hard in their business that it's coming from desperation. Okay, we want to be able to come from a place that feels a little bit more abundant and be sure that our personal needs are being met. Okay, another great question to ask when it's slow is this time for some self-care? Can I schedule a doctor visit, chiropractor appointment? Okay, should I have a business planning day? Maybe I feel like I'm floundering a little bit, or I've made it this far and I don't know what to do next. Let's have a business planning day. See what my social media plan should be, what my plan is for the month, for the rest of the year. What am I going to post? How am I going to reach out to clients? Should I spend a little more time on social media so I can reach potential clients? When it's slow, it's a perfect time to up your game on social media. Okay. It's also a great time to be like, hey, I have some openings this week. If you have a last minute job for me, I'm happy to take you. A lot of times we're busy and we don't have time for last minute clients, or we have a waiting list. That's a perfect time to be like, hey, I'm open today or tomorrow or whatever this week. So call me and I can get you on my schedule. Okay. Just ask yourself, what forward step can I take today? That's a good question when you're sitting in kind of some anxiety or worry or overwhelm, where you're like, I have 50 things that I feel like I need to do right now. What's one forward step that I can make today? Okay, then you have made progress. You've taken that step forward and you can breathe a little bit. Okay, keep going in the direction of your goals and your focus for the year. Progress is progress, even if it's slower than you thought it would be. It's still progress. Okay. All right, here's some more work for you. I want you to pick an emotion for this year. Pick your emotion for 2022, whether it's empowered or happy. That's a very silly word to me because happy can be described in so many ways. But I want you to try to be very specific. Hit the thesaurus if you'd like. Some word that kind of relates to this, and pick that emotion for 2022. Okay. What we're going to do is make what's called a feasible paradigm. So in your notes, if you've got a piece of paper or a notebook or a legal pad, I want you to write out the letters and they're going to go down the page. I want you to write the letter F, S, E, B, E, and L. So it should be all the way down. And that's an acronym for several words. Okay. These all stand for fact, story, emotion, behavior, effect, and legacy. Okay, in the middle, where the middle E is, I want you to write next to that E what your emotion is that you've chosen for 2022. Okay, and this might be a thing where if you're watching the replay or you have to go back and watch the replay, you might pause it so it can help you through this. Okay, in the middle E line, write your emotion that you've chosen for 2022. Okay, now fill in your L line that's at the bottom, thinking about how you want your future business to be. So this was kind of the exercise that we did before. This is your legacy. This is what you envision for the legacy of your business, and fill that in the L line. Okay, now go back up to the top where the F is. This is for fact. And this has to be arguable in court, okay? It has to be something that could be proven as a fact and that we would all agree on, okay? So you could say something like, I have an organizing business. If you're a business owner and you have an organizing business, that could be your fact line. Or I have a business. Okay, the S line is for a story or a thought that you'd like to have. And this can serve as an affirmation and a powerful reminder of what you're working towards. Okay, my current story and I'll share my whole paradigm in just a minute, is my coaching practice is going to be like nothing else on the market. Your story or thought could be like a whole range of things. But typically you want it to be something that's powerful, that makes you feel empowered, that makes you feel bold in the direction that you're going to be going in. Okay, going to the B line. I want you to fill this in with as much action as you'd like. Okay, you're going to list the behaviors. B is for behavior. List all the behaviors and actions that you'll do that are in line with what you've already written, right? So let's say you want to gain more followers. You're going to be showing up on social media every single day. You're going to be posting and using hashtags, have some kind of strategy. You're going to be getting out there on Instagram and trying those reels. You're going to be doing Facebook Lives or Instagram Lives or both, so that you can really put yourself out there and try to gain more of a following. Okay, so these are all your behaviors and things that you're going to do that lead to your goal. Okay, and then the E, this is what you're going to fill in with the effects. So this is what's going to happen because of all your behaviors that you've written down, and you're going to do those. Those are all going to lead to your legacy. Okay, so if that seems a little bit not quite understandable quite yet, if you filled it in and you're like, I think I've got this, let me do mine, and that will kind of help you. Obviously yours is going to be catered to you and how you're feeling and the direction that you want to go. But this is mine that I came up with. Okay, for my fact, it said, I'm starting my coaching practice with organizing and life coaching together. Okay, I was just certified as a life coach through the Mindfirm method, and I'm going to be pairing it with my organizing business that I've had. Okay. In my story, and this is my thought that I want to have, this is the one that makes me feel empowered. Okay. It's going to be like nothing else on the market. Why not? Why not have a very confident and powerful statement in there that is catered to you and how you want to feel? Okay. For my emotion, I put unstoppable. That's the one I came up with that I felt like, you know what, even if I trip and fall on my face, I can pick myself up and I can keep going. Okay. That doesn't mean that I won't make mistakes, because I will, and I do, but that doesn't have to stop me. Okay. For my behavior, I dedicate time for creative thinking, making decisions, creating content, showing love to my audience, and living my family life. Okay, because that's one thing that's important to me, is still being able to live my life with my family and enjoy them. Okay, so the effects of that, if I'm doing all those things, will be I start to attract my clients who want to work with me and get better at my message and improve my coaching with every single call. Okay. And then my legacy that I want to work towards in my business is my schedule is full with clients who I love working with. Okay. So that's my paradigm that I created. Now you can create a paradigm anywhere in your life. And when I work with my life coaching clients, I have 2 that I'm working with currently in my program that I'm taking through. We start with a paradigm that's just what we're working with. It's not what we're working towards. And what we do is we go from one paradigm, and when we're ready, we make a shift to like our dream paradigm. Okay. So this one is going to take some practice and work. I understand that. Writing these things out doesn't automatically mean you're just going to run to the success line, right? This takes practice and this takes work for us to fully be able to believe it and for it to come to fruition. Okay. But you can also come up with some power statements that support your emotion. So just like you did in your storyline, you can come up with several of those that support that emotion of being unstoppable or being empowered or being happy, feeling joy. Okay. Just understand that it won't be, nothing that you're doing will be 100% all of the time. You're not going to be 100% all the time. It's not meant to be that way. Okay. We're humans. We make mistakes. We have emotions that we deal with in everyday life that all have an effect on how we're living, how we're thinking, other people around us, and our business, of course. Okay. But I want you to take the time to celebrate every chance that you get. Celebrating increases your chances of continuing to work on it. Okay. I learned that from John Acuff as well. So if you are interested, I invite you to join my virtual organized mastermind. It's a private Facebook group. So you do have to search for it and then ask to be admitted. You just answer the 3 questions in there and then I can admit you. It's a free group. Okay. It's a wonderful community. It's a lot like the Professional Organizers Think Tank group on a smaller level. So everyone who posts in there or asks a question is heard. Okay. If you'd like more help with your goals or any social media plan, if you feel like, oh, that's where I'm really struggling, I would love to help you. This is something that I help you with. I also have a social media video that I can send your way that can kind of help you, get you started, give you tips and tricks on that. If you'd like that, just message me and I can send that your way. Okay. My offers right now, I have a 50-minute coaching session for $97. That includes the Zoom chat that we have. Then I email you notes from our call so that you have that. Then you also get 2 weeks Marco Polo access to me so that you can get feedback, you can ask questions, and you have perfect accountability. Okay. The Marco Polo, I wanted to use because I like the app myself, but I have gotten such good reviews from current clients from it. They're able to just talk things out and work things out. And sometimes they don't even need my feedback. It's just a chance to say things out loud instead of keeping them in your head and kind of swirling around with that again, like, what should I do? Saying it out loud, I think I'm going to do this. This makes sense to me, helps you to be able to kind of come to those conclusions sometimes on your own. Okay. Of course, I'm happy to answer questions and give feedback. I also have 4 50-minute coaching sessions, and that's for $397. That includes the 4 weeks of Zoom calls. And then I check on you twice throughout the week to see how you're doing. I give you some tips along the way because I'm always listening to podcasts and researching and learning more. So I just read this week and I wanted to share it with you. And then you get 6 weeks of Marco Polo access to me. So you get it through the whole 4 weeks of the coaching, and then you get an extra 2 weeks to be able to kind of help with that. And then as a bonus, I'm adding on an extra 20 minutes of a chat to be able to wrap up and set a few more goals. So after the 4 weeks, we'll do a 20-minute chat, and then we can work on a few more goals that you want to set and continue on with the Marco Polo. Okay. I want to give you the advice to not stay stuck in your business. Okay. Look at what area that you need to spend time and focus on and do that. Make a plan for that and then make that happen. Okay. Look at what area you need help with. This is the part where you may not want to DIY it. Okay. Staying stuck in your mind blocks is not a DIY strategy. Okay. I can help you get unstuck. I've helped clients for an hour and sent them along their way. I've helped some clients for an hour and they come back and say, yeah, I can see how I need more help. And I always offer, I say what my offers are and how much I charge up front, because I offer a 30-minute free Coco chat for anyone who has questions about how I work with people, what we would do in a session. We kind of get you started on where you're at and kind of make a little plan in 30 minutes. That is completely free, even if you never hire me. And at the end of the Coco chat, I just let you go and I let you come to me. I don't pressure you with money or sales. It's just not me. Okay. So if you liked this masterclass, stick around, watch your emails. I'm going to be doing a free masterclass every single month for my business peeps. I'm also doing a free masterclass for my regular Purple Box organizer audience. So technically you are all getting 2 free masterclasses for free every month this year. Okay. So contact me if you have any questions, if you need any clarification on this Zoom. And thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time.